Hey everybody, welcome back to Checkpoint on Campus, your number one resource for collegiate esports. Your host Norris Howard here, joined alongside Jacob Brothers, and we're going to talk a little bit about Rainbow Six Siege. We don't usually get around to that esport, but we never forget that is going on, and we are bringing on Sebastian Rooney, one of our correspondents out in UNLV, to talk a little bit about Rainbow Six Siege. So Sebastian, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and so the season just got underway, and there was a big match streamed on the official channel between Michigan Tech and Boise State. Let us know a little bit about what happened over that match.
All right, yeah. So as you said, season 6 of Collegiate Rainbow Six Siege started, and the first streamed match saw Michigan Tech take on Boise State in a best-of-3 series, which wasn't much of a series as Michigan Tech ended up winning 2-0 in a very lopsided game.
Yeah, I was looking at the stats that you provided us, and it looks like Boise State, the least amount of deaths they had across both games was 6. So it's kind of not a good series if every player's deaths range from 6 to 9. I'd say that's kind of a not good thing in a not winning team. So Boise State hot seat again? Question mark.
Yeah, I would say so, because Jacob, you and I talk a lot about Boise State on this show, and about, you know, how the infrastructure of Boise State is great, and how they have this amazing support, and word out to Doc Haskell and everything that they've done out there in Boise, but they still seem to underperform. And I'm gonna tell you now, as somebody who is in Michigan Tech is not a large school by any stretch of the imagination, not even as big as something like Northwood. And yet they seem to be outperforming a school like Boise, which has resources that are you know, way much more than what's going on at Michigan Tech. So I also want to talk a little bit more about some matches that took place maybe off stream or later on in the evening. There were a few other matches that went down. So Sebastian, tell us about those as well.
Yeah, of course. First match we saw. Other match we saw was Ole Miss take on Akron, where Ole Miss ended up winning 2-1 in a best of all these matches were best of 3, by the way. So Ole Miss ended up winning 2-1. We saw Butler take on Madison, where Madison ended up winning 2-0. We also saw Ohio Northern University take on Wright State, where Ohio Northern University ended up winning 2-0 as well.
Yeah, and you know, it's interesting to talk about Akron, because Akron again is like the opposite of Boise State, where it's like, here's a school that overperforms because they're great at multiple esports, one of the best Rocket League schools in the country, one of the best R6 schools in the country, competitive in league, competitive everywhere essentially. But to see them fall to Ole Miss definitely has to be an upset, doesn't it, Sebastian?
Oh, 100%, especially since I think a lot of people had Akron being the top dog going into this season. They usually have been. They won the winter league for Collegiate R6, so a lot of people were expecting them to just carry that momentum into the start of season 6.
Norris, do you want to know what upsets me about this?
What's that?
So Akron lost, big game, big deal, and it was not streamed by R6. It was streamed, I assume, by either Ole Miss or Akron. But it seems just a little bonkers to me that you have this big upset and people just can't watch it easily.
Yeah. No, I mean, again, we get back to that conversation of listen, if you're going to run a league, you got to stream the match. Now, I understand. If you got so many matches, that is impossible to stream all of them. Like, I look at C-Law, and there could be anywhere up towards 80, 90 matches. You're not going to stream 80, 90
Valorant
matches.
has the same
Especially
kind of deal.
Yeah, same thing with Valorant. You're not going to stream all those matches. But if we're talking about Collegiate Rainbow Six, where there are different tiers, there are certain schools that fall into this bracket or that bracket, you can stream all of them. College COD and the Varsity Series, even though they started a little rough, they cleaned it up and fixed it. But after watching those and understanding where everything is, where it's streamed, how to watch it, I mean, a lot of that, there's no more excuse. There's no more excuse for this. And how I feel when it comes to college esports, because we're trying to grow the scene, everybody, and you got to stream the matches. But anyway, thank you, Sebastian, for joining us and sharing that insight on College R6. We look forward to having you again on the show as we follow the rest of the season, and we're going to have more from Checkpoint on Campus coming up.